Hi there, Reject Nation. I'm Greg Alba.
I'm John Humphrey.
One of our top reward tiers at our Patreon page is whatever video you request, we must do and put up on YouTube. And today comes from a fairly new Patreon eject named Pete Don.
Ooh.
I've gotten to know this guy pretty well. He has a video request that made me cringe.
Oh, awesome.
John doesn't know what it is yet.
I'm excited to hear what it is.
He wants us to react to our very first video that's ever been uploaded on this channel. That Johnny Depp video.
Oh my goodness.
I have...
This is going to be fun.
We can provide a lot of information for this video because this video wasn't intended to be like the start of the Real Rejects. It was just some random video we did.
A random sketch.
It wasn't even called the Real Rejects at the time. We just eventually changed it to when we wanted to make the channel. We just kept the video up. Man, I am ready to cringe. Let's check this out.
Don't worry. Joel Harlow, Johnny Depp's personal makeup artist, loved your impressions.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
It was one of the highlights of your recent interview.
Abe Sapien. I've been cast, people. You hear that?
You're not going to play it like that, are you?
I warned Joel there would be a few awkward moments just for him today.
But you're injecting those on purpose. Because it wasn't awkward up until that.
This is so embarrassing.
This is so exciting.
We shot this like a year before we even put it up. We
shot
had
this
no
a
idea
while
what we were
before.
doing. We were trying really hard. Such a clickbaity title. Awesome. Trying
Johnny Depp
to get as many
Yeah.
views as possible on this thing. And I'm like, it's not that good of a video.
Rented out our
It's
old
like,
improv studio.
How do we get as many views? It's almost got as many dislikes as likes. Suffice the video.
Trying to manufacture a viral hit, man.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. And then we'll give history after.
Oh, that's right.
Recently, I got to sit down with actor Johnny Depp and discuss acting and how he prepares for a role. Let's take a look.
just trying to make a cool YouTube video.
Now, let's talk about your first film this year, Rango. How did you prepare for an animated role like that?
Well, when I first read the screenplay for
Pre-microphone days.
Rango,
So skinny.
halfway through the script, I realized
I think I'm getting better. I think I got
I'm
this.
playing a lizard. And from there, the character just sort of evolved, yeah.
You've done children's films before. Let's talk about Charlie and the Chocolate
Oh, I
Factory.
got
How did you
Smokey in
take an iconic role like Willy Wonka and turn it into your own?
Well, when I read the screenplay for Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, halfway through the script, I realized I'm not playing Charlie. And from there, the character just sort of evolved, yeah.
Man, that royalty free
How
music.
do you get into other historical figures? What's your preparation for that?
You want like an example?
Sure.
Well, when I first
That one sounded the
read
most
the
like him.
screenplay for
Example.
300, halfway through the script, I realized I'm reading the wrong script. And from there, the character just sort of
Good, we
evolved.
compensated.
Yeah. My hand's on fire right now, by the way.
Now, how would you use that to get into character?
Well, the first time my hand,
Cut it. About to.
oh, I've learned that when you act, you just say lines, and then they put it in a movie. For Nightmare on Elm Street, I thought to myself, how could I use sense memory to get the real feeling of being sucked into a bed? So I thought of a childbirth in reverse. baby crawling in, step out.
What's eating Gilbert Grape?
Yeah,
For
I mean,
example.
I knew
there's
what,
sexuality
I
in all
knew
your
what
rules.
Gilbert was eating the whole time.
I haven't seen this in years.
That's a good one. I like that one.
Oh shit. White.
And if you were going to be on a desert island with any of the characters that you have played, which one would it be?
Sweeney Todd.
Sweeney Todd.
Yeah,
Why is that?
he's the most trustworthy one. He gets hairy, literally, you know, on an island.
Right.
You gotta
right.
think you want to be groomed.
Who's your favorite person?
Improv bits are actually better than the
Yeah,
bits.
Dick.
Oh, okay.
Dick, yeah.
Dick.
It just sums up everything. Penises, everything.
Right.
Occasionally, it's just, yeah. I always thought about becoming Jewish. I didn't like it.
What advice could you give to aspiring actors?
Well, when you first get the script, about halfway through the script, you're gonna realize which character you're playing.
Thank you so much for your time.
I had a tuna sandwich
Well,
the other day. I was talking about becoming Jewish.
right. Right.
Yeah, it worked out well.
Thank you so much for your time, Johnny. I really appreciated having you here.
Yeah.
I guess we did call the real rejects.
No.
That's right, when we had credits like this shit.
Yeah.
That's right, when we decided to re-upload it, we put that at the end. Oh yeah.
Oh, buddy, that's a time capsule right there. That's one of your longest enduring impressions.
I think because my voice naturally got deeper, it's easier to make that impression sound deeper.
Yeah, instead of having to pitch it low.
I've smoked a lot more since that day, so my voice naturally got. Because yeah, we shot this like a year before. I don't even know what inspired. I think I just had that one little bit about like how Johnny Depp behaves.
Halfway through the script.
Weirdly, when I was doing the bit that I always go to, it doesn't sound good. But I thought that when we're doing the improv, I'm like, that seems like Johnny Depp. Which is weird to look back on that and go, wow. Actually, when I was doing the improv, the mannerisms and everything were more like what I see him do in interviews.
Yeah, I mean,
there's sexuality in
I
all
knew
your
what
rules.
Gilbert was eating the whole time.
Because maybe in the improv bits you're walking around inside of it more, you know, you're a little more relaxed and you're not beholden to. I think the impression has beats to it.
Yeah.
You know, there's a specific cadence to the when I first read the screenplay. Like when you do, I feel like that has its own rhythm, and then when you bust into the random stuff at the end, it has a different rhythm.
This is John's ex-girlfriend,
Yeah, it's
Alyssa
Alyssa.
Wagner.
Yeah, she's doing Evil Dead the musical right now.
Is she? She was in one video with us, and that was the Evil Dead movie review.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Whoa, you still talk to her? Oh, well, you
Here and there,
keep
yeah.
in touch or something, right?
I'm not a great keep in toucher, as I've learned over time.
I
but,
remember-
yeah, we keep in touch.
I remember doing that, and I remember I never thought she thought I was funny, but I remember she would break out laughing in the middle of some of these improv bits. But this is such a like, some of it is still pretty funny to me, and then other parts I'm like, oh, this is such a amateur YouTube. What's funny is there are times we made sketches and then a year or two go by and I'm like, oh, how we've gotten so much better. And I feel like that's every year or two, whenever we update the way we make sketches, I'm always like, oh man, this has gotten so much better. They always become cringeworthy over. I think the thing was, we were trying to make this look better than what it is. And then when we started doing actual sketches for this channel, we sort of embraced the lo-fi and made it always a part of the jokes. How we don't have a budget, how we don't have a crew.
Use it to your advantage.
Yeah, we used it to make it funnier as opposed to trying to mask stuff like with these silly transitions, the text, the music, you know. We had terrible audio here.
Oh yeah, this is pre-mic. This was pre a lot of things.
Yeah.
Most likely. Yeah, we were in the old improv studio. And it's funny, because looking at these old sketches, I'm always like, how have the techniques improved? And oh man, I mean, this is very simple, but I was happy about a couple things that showed up. Like when she scoots her chair and she's appropriately further into frame in the next reverse shot. You know? But we have learned a heck of a lot since this point.
Yeah. This feels like I'm watching like an embarrassing home video right here.
I mean, granted, it's not me doing this impression, and I'm not in the video at all. But I still think it's charming.
Yeah.
I don't look back at this and go, ugh, you know, like.
Well, yeah, we're just doing a cut between 2 takes,
Yeah.
which I think you edited the whole thing. I had no idea how to edit anything back then.
I mean, we probably poured over it together in terms of timing. And
Probably
whatnot,
spent
but-
hours going over.
Yeah. Can you bring this back a little bit? Well, what about this version of the joke?
Yeah, I forgot why we did. There was really no intention for it. We weren't trying to start a channel. We weren't trying to do regular sketches. It was just something we shot,
Yeah.
just for fun. And then we just put it up one day, and eventually we decided to call this The Real Rejects. We just changed the title at the end. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've made little videos and sketches over the years and stuff like that, so I feel like maybe it was another one of those. It was just sort of like, we got this idea and we got a space that we can use, like, let's shoot this, you know?
Yeah.
And that probably would have been around the time that at least the ideas for doing more and more video-related stuff more frequently would have been percolating, even if they weren't, you know, on the front burner yet.
Now when we have moments where you cringe during our sketches, that's always intentional.
It's typically
That's the difference now. It's like, no, we want you to cringe here.
Yeah, it's like usually when a sketch comes out and someone comments like, "Oh, this is so cringe," I'm like, "Yeah, that's one of the ingredients."
Yeah, like it's supposed to be
That's
right
part of
here.
the
Yeah,
point.
it's supposed to be like, oh, this ain't high quality.
Yeah. This is a little silly.
They're always supposed to start off that way. But this, Alyssa really gave it her all. 'Cause those were herbal cigarettes, but man, they smell like real cigarettes.
Oh yeah, they can fill up a poorly ventilated room.
Yeah.
But hey, I feel like once we reach our 10-year channel anniversary, we should film a redux to this sketch.
I think we should redo it. Looking back at some of this, the whole, when it was that part was it was all the same script I've used for years. But when you go to the parts where we're just improvising, like the mannerisms and the timing, I'm like, yeah, that's like how I remember Johnny Depp being in interviews.
What is your favorite color?
Oh God. Oh shit.
And I'm like, I can't even do that now. I would have to like remember how to do that.
You would have to get into character again.
Yeah.
And you'd probably have to get all those rings and necklaces. It's
Those
funny.
are all yours.
I know, and I know where every one of them came from. So it's like with context, it's extra silly, and without it, it's a decent costume.
I was so skinny back then, man. I was so much skinnier.
Yeah, and that improv wig.
Then I got fat, and now I got like
Now you're
I'm
buff.
this weird halfway strong element. Yeah. I'm not skinny, nor am I ripped, but I'm definitely stronger than I am here. Yeah.
Yeah, man. You could beat your old self
Yeah,
up.
I would.
Yeah. I mean, old you might have like a speed advantage, but like, you could probably knock his head off.
Honestly, just the embarrassing parts of the music and the title. Awesome Johnny Depp impression.
But I think even the title, depending on how you view this video, kind of works because it is a little silly.
The thing is
Like,
that the cringe here isn't intentional. That's the difference. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I feel like now it wouldn't be hard to retroactively go back and be like, yeah, awesome Johnny Depp
No,
impression.
It's kind of cool to like watch this, and then we released the one before the Endgame review, which was a big lesson in like, okay, we got to learn to trim the fat, because we got a little self-indulgent for our sketches for a hot minute.
Yeah.
We're like, our sketches are long,
20 minutes.
So that one was like, no, we have to hit the 3-minute mark. So there were spots in that Endgame sketch where we were like, no, we got to cut this. We got to trim it. And it makes it a tighter sketch. And I'm like, even watching this, I'm like, there's ways we could have trimmed this where it could have been tighter.
Yeah.
Made it flow better and get better audio and stuff. But now we know how to light better. We know even this is better lighting than this,
Yeah, this is making the most out of a couple hours and not a ton.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Pete Don, for requesting this, buddy.
Thanks for the walk down memory lane.
And we gave you a shout out last month, Pete. But I wanted to say this time, on a sincere note, since this is looking at our first sketch ever, I wanted to say that since you are an aspiring writer, to keep at it, buddy. From everything we've talked about, You clearly have a lot of passion, a lot of imagination, and I know we've talked about how you can sometimes feel that struggle to stay focused on one story at a time or just stay on track. It's a discipline, something that I rarely succeed at, but when I do, it's very rewarding, and I'm telling you, you can achieve that euphoric feeling too, amigo. I really enjoy getting to know you, man. You are someone who has so much passion and so much love, just communicates when we talk with one another. I mean, just even asking us to go back and check out our very first video, there's a weird level of love there.
Oddly endearing.
Yeah. So I want to thank you for that, amigo. You are a heck of a guy, and thanks for requesting this, man. I was prepared for a more cringy experience. Wasn't as cringy. Either way.
The right amount of cringy.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think you should take this back and redo the whole shout out in the Johnny Depp voice, though. Like,
yeah. When I first got your message
on Patreon,
halfway through your message, I realized I'm messaging the wrong person.
Johnny Depp runs a Patreon. That's what it is. Every new video now, it's just him talking about how to run a different thing. You know?
Subscribe.
Do it.
I
Those
mean, if you're
buttons.
watching this video, you must be subscribed. I'll
If
see
you
you guys
care.
later.